What is up, Guardians? Mano 777 here, coming to you with a power leveling video. Here's the story, folks. I'm an Xbox One player, and I had a lot of people on my Twitch stream saying, hey, what system are you on? I want to play on PS4. Well, I didn't have one until 2 weeks ago when I decided to pick one up. Best Buy had a really good deal, and I decided to pick one up. So I wanted to get to the point where I could help people out as fast as possible. So how did I accomplish this? I decided to make 3 hunters. I'll tell you why I did that in a little bit. The reason I wanted to power level my characters as well, I had added incentive because the week I decided to do this, Xur was selling IceBreaker. So I had done a little bit with a couple of my hunters, but I hadn't done a ton until I decided to take 3 or 4 days and just go after it. Okay, so here's how I did it. First thing I did, I took my hunters and I leveled them up to level 20. I'll give you guys some strategies and some ways to do that so that you're not wasting your time, because that's the biggest thing here. You're trying to amp up your stuff as quickly as possible without wasting your time. Okay, we all know that you'd rather be doing stuff like grinding raids or heck, doing something other than Destiny for a little while. Whatever you want to do so that you're not wasting time, okay? After I did that, I used a number of strategies to get legendary armor as fast as possible. Bungie created a lot of different ways for people to go through and create ways to get to high levels. And it's just about knowing what those levels are that will help you out, okay? So, first strategy, get your guys up to level 20. Basically, you have to start the game over and over and over again. But that's not a bad thing. It's kind of cool because you get to relive the experience of trying this game out for the first time. I loved it because I picked on some other stuff that I hadn't really noticed before, so I was kind of excited by that. Number 1, figure out how quickly you can do the missions and decide what you can skip and what you can't skip. For example, when you play the Zydran Lord of the Gate Mind, or whatever that mission is called, you can go through and you can pretty much skip every gate. You can skip killing all those Vex. You don't get that much experience from killing the Vex. You get more experience from completing the mission. So instead of grinding and trying to kill every single guy that comes into your path, why not instead spend time completing missions? Okay, so that was the first thing to figure out. You can see here on this opening mission, I am absolutely going as fast as I can because I don't want to waste time doing this opening mission. I skipped through as much as I could, trying to get to the point where I could start doing story missions. Okay, you can see here, I'm going to go through, blast through it, quick. Next strategy. Whenever you're selecting a story mission, always go on the harder difficulty if possible. Would I do very hard? I would not do that, but I would always do the hard setting because it will always end up giving you about an extra 1,000 every single time you do it. If you've got a buddy or a friend that can come along and do some of the work with you, that's another way you can level up ridiculously fast. Okay, so just some strategies there. By doing this, as long as you're careful, you're not going to die. Most often, it's just about finding a piece of cover for a second and making sure that you kill all the guys you can so that they don't kill you and knock you out if you're in a zone of darkness or anything else like that. Okay, so you'll see here I am about to pop to level 3, and by doing that, I'm going to be able to go and get up to more story missions. If there's ever a point where you're out of story missions to do, what I would do then is go to the Crucible, because you can get massive experience in the Crucible as long as you have a high impact weapon. You can see I use hand cannons. You can see right there I just leveled up really quickly to level 3. It took me no time whatsoever. So you can see here what I'm going to do is I've got my 4 pieces of legendary gear. I'm actually going to put them in my vault and then transfer them to other hunters. One of the ways you can get legendary gear really quick is by using Eris Morn to your advantage. For the example, Eris Morn will give you a legendary gun. Eris Morn will give you Murmur, which is a legendary fusion rifle. In addition, if you complete the Urn of Sacrifice mission and get it done, you will get a gauntlet set for your whatever class you have. I happen to have, like I said, hunters, so I have an acolyte rung. You can get a legendary piece of armor that will get you to light level 33. So that will get you buffed up ridiculously fast. Do that. Again, I started on Thursday when Xur showed up, so it was really easy for me to buy that Urn of Sacrifice, and then I just went and started going after it. So doing those bounties when you do get your gear is going to help you unlock the light levels and get them up as high as you possibly can. That's going to help you out, get things done ridiculously fast, and upgrade your character. The Erismorn bounties, just massively huge. Okay, you can see here I'm going to finish up my Omnigul and the Disciples of Crota's missions, and you can see here that these bounties give you a little bit more, 3,750, and it helps out significantly. So do those things as much as you possibly can. So we're going to switch over, and I'm going to show you where my character stands today. I've got my level 31 Hunter. I'm really super excited to bring this to you today and show you what I've gotten in less than 2 weeks playing Destiny on PS4. I've gotten an Oversoul Edict, I've gotten an Abyss Defiant, I've gotten a Universal Remote from being able to do the Nightfall a number of times. I picked up a Red Death because I was able to do the weekly, and he sold Red Death. I kept a couple of these other guns because they were kind of mementos from my power leveling, and of course the Stranger's Rifle. I picked up a Black Hammer from normal Crota. I've got my IceBreaker, super excited about that, and I've got my Murmur as well. I also have a Song of Irut and Praetus Revenge, and I picked up a Thunderlord from a normal Crota raid. So, you can see on the right hand, you can see where my gear stands right now. I've got my Dogged Gauge almost all the way up. I've got my Relentless Harness almost all the way up, and I'm level 31. Those other two pieces of gear were ones that I picked up from the vendors, and I picked them up from engrams. Am I going to play as hunters only, going through and playing the game on my PS4? Absolutely not. You can already see in my vault, I've got an exotic helm for my Titan, and I've got a legendary helm for my Warlock. What I'm going to do is wait and see what pieces drop from engrams and things like that. Usually when you spin exotics and legendaries, they don't always show up for your class. So if they ever do, what I'm going to do is pop them in the vault. They will be there ready and waiting when I do create those characters. This is going to be the fastest way I can level those characters up as well. So folks, this has been my power leveling video. I hope you've enjoyed the video today. Thank you so much for helping to grow the community, and thanks for your support. Really excited to bring this stuff to you and show you that you too can level ridiculously fast. So until next time, Guardians, forge ahead, stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time in the universe of Destiny.